welcome, Paige and Joel. Very nice to see you. I understand there's been some problems in your working
Say
relationship.
that.
Yeah. So I just before we going to start this session, I would just like to establish some ground rules here. And this is a safe zone, so nothing that's been said here will ever be heard by anyone else than in this room, unless you, of course, wanted to. And I would prefer no aggression here, and that is, of course, both verbal and physical. So, having said that, I would love to hear more about what your conflict is about. So, Paige, if you would like to start.
So lately at work, we've got a lot of projects that are coming up due around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They're really big, a lot of work involved. It's really stressful for everyone. And I just really find that, working with Joel, he's not an easy person to work with. He's very condescending and bossy, and he's almost bullying in the fact that he's always kind of, where's your portion? Why aren't you doing this? And why isn't this done? And it's just this constant barrage of just this really negative, controlling dialogue. And it's honestly making it so much harder to get the work done than if you just stop.
Okay. Joel, what is your experience of this whole thing?
Sure. Well, absolutely. At least I get the work done for this. So obviously, as Paige mentioned, we have a lot of project deadlines around the same time, and I guess Paige has a lot of other priorities to deal with. So when it comes down to the 11th hour, it ends up that we're rushing because for the first 2-3 weeks, I'm trying to get responses and trying to get some information from my team member who's supposed to work with me on this project collaboratively, and so I have to constantly ask, for different situations, what's going on here, and I don't get any response back.
Well,
so
it's not easy to respond to you when you're constantly just at me. Just
I wouldn't
riding
have
my
to do
back.
the minute at you if you would, actually answer me the first time.
Yeah, maybe if you didn't speak to me like I was beneath you, I'd be more inclined to respond.
Okay, so guys, if I can just stop you for a second. What I'm hearing is that both of you are very stressed right now.
Yeah.
And that's like an ongoing thing, that you are stressed, both of you.
Yeah, it's pretty constant.
And you're saying that he doesn't respect you? How
not
is
the-
that?
Yeah, not the way he talks to me. He's just constantly he acts like he's my boss, but we're equals. He's not my superior. We're on the same field here. And I just really I don't feel like a teammate. I feel like this person that he's just pushing in a corner and yelling at to just get everything done and do it now, and it's all on his schedule. I've got a lot going on. He knows that, but he doesn't really seem to matter, so.
How does that make you feel, Joel, when she says that you don't respect her and you actually come off as a bully?
Well, of course, I apologize for that. I don't want to seem like a bully, Again, I try my best, my hardest, to make our schedules work and to, get feedback from my partner. And when she says, I'm aggressive and all that, yeah, again, I can see that, but it's hard when, again, you don't get a response. I try my best here, but, I know she has a lot of other priorities, and every time I go and try to suggest something or a time we can meet or what's going on, it's just seems to be brushed off almost. It's just like next time. It's like, well, the next time is when the deadline is.
So thank you for that. And Paige, how do you feel this is? How do you feel that this is influencing your life?
Yeah, I feel a lot more stressed in every aspect. Work has become very unpleasant, and I take that home with me, and I just feel so unwilling to want to go to work the next day, and when I'm at home, I'm thinking about work and dreading it, and
It's not a nice situation.
No, I just feel bad.
And how is it influencing you, Joel?
Well, it's the same. I'm most of my dreams and nightmares about work these days, because that's all I can think about when you're stressing about it all the time. So, work is basically taking over my life.
So you're both actually in a position where you're not having to go to work?
100%.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's hard, sometimes you just wake up, it's like, no, why? Like, why would I bother going to work when I just, feel terrible throughout the entire day?
So, Paige, if you, or no, actually, let me start with you, Joel. If you could say anything to Paige right now, what would you tell her about what she maybe could do to make the situation easier on you?
Yeah, it would just be, at the start of a project, if, we could be on that same level, just communicate and at the start rather than at the end, but especially at the start, make sure that, the schedules to meet this deadline work for both of us at the beginning, and to make sure that, we're both in a situation where we can do our best work and we're not fumbling at the last minute to do so, just at the, at the forefront, to make sure that we come together, we come to some collaborative understanding of what we need to do, and to make sure it works for, my schedule and for Paige's schedule, because obviously we're both busy and we have a lot going on, but I think that would be good. Yeah.
Paige, what would you say would help you?
Yeah, I mean, the communication part, definitely, but it's how it's communicated. I feel that I'd be a lot more responsive if it was, on a more positive level, on a more collaborative level, not so much just do this now, let's do it here, more, accommodating, essentially, and just positive.
Right.
So communication is like a really important thing for you too.
Yeah.
Would there be anything you could do to establish a better form of communication? Could you meet up maybe like once a week to talk about ongoing projects?
Yeah.
Would that help?
I mean, I don't know, it might even be nice to meet up outside of the office or something. Maybe it's less stressful.
Yeah, no, I was going to suggest that as well, like, go out for a coffee and just like, on a coffee break or whatever, and we're both free at that time or something, just to go out and just have a chat about, what's going on kind of thing. And
that would be easier, because that really, meeting during work is a lot easier on my schedule than after hours, to be honest.
Yeah, and again, even though a coffee break is meant for us to relax, I think it would help us out to have a 5-minute conversation at least, so we're not running in separate directions, and we just have that time together.
Relaxed atmosphere.
Okay, so you would actually both be willing to sacrifice your a coffee break for this?
As long as there's coffee involved.
Well, that's,
Tea.
Yeah. Well, that's really good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. So actually, you guys have got a really good idea of how to proceed in this matter. Like, so how you can maybe challenge yourselves to get this turned into a better situation for both of you.
Okay.
So what I would suggest is that if you should definitely do that, and I don't know how often you want to do it. Maybe a couple times a week, maybe once a week. How?
I don't know.
You want to start with once, or see how it goes?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Do you feel you need more than once a week, Joel?
I don't know. To start off, it might be a good idea, just to make sure that, like, especially at the start of a project, kind of thing, just to, have a check-in a bit more constant, and then just to make sure that we're going in the right direction.
That 2 or 3 times for you?
Sure, something like that.
How would you feel about that?
Yeah, we can try that out.
Okay, perfect. That's very good to hear. So, yeah, if you start off by maybe trying to do this 3 times a week, I definitely think that we should follow up, because I would love to hear how you are doing, and if this has helped any bit. And of course, I hope it has, but if it has not helped, I would really like to see if we can try maybe in another way to get you guys to communicate better. Because I'm hearing that this is the underlying problem, maybe, that you guys need a better standing in communicating with each other. Because it appears that you're both stressed and pressed in different fronts and different aspects of your work. And so,
Right.
yeah, how does it feel to know that Joel is also stressed?
It feels. It doesn't feel good because it's not good to be stressed, but I mean, it feels like we're on the same page. Like I'm not alone in that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Well, it's great, and it goes back. Like I feel pretty bad, hearing that. Like I'm this really aggressive guy because he wants to be that kind of person. So
Well, that's really good. And then you definitely have like a common ground to start on. That to be more collaborative. Well, so what do you guys think about maybe catching up, following up again in maybe 1 month? Is that too long from now, or is it okay?
That's
Sure.
around our project.
I think the T4 project
Yeah.
ends around then. So
Yeah.
That would be perfect. So we could see how you guys have collaborated. Or
Okay.
not
Yeah.
in that period, but that's so good. It's on the positive note.
Okay.
But I was really happy to see you guys, and I hope that it'll be a good month for you. Now you at least know what to do from now on.
Okay. Hey.
Well, thank you.
for coming.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Do.
Could it be awesome if it had like the computer had crashed or something?